Well, I'm almost feeling like I'm in shock because I haven't been to this ranch and this part of the world in 7 or 8 years, and before that it had been quite a long time. So I'm just suddenly been plunged into. It's almost like visiting your memories in a living way, because every cabin and every trail, certain trees, certain spots along the river, I have a very old relationship with those things, and then I have a lot of memories of family and friends who are no longer with us that I feel here, and so it's actually very emotional for me to come here. And I've actually my first time up the canyon the other day, where my dad's ashes are scattered up there, and I came to the place where his ashes are, and I just totally fell apart. So it's it has been emotional to be more than I hadn't really thought about it, and then I got here and realized there's kind of an emotional buildup going on here, things I had sort of put aside, people I miss, the part of myself that's so happy in Wyoming, that's so happy in nature, and connected to the most happy times of my childhood. Thank you. The reason I was a little nervous about doing this show, but you're already making me feel better, is that I over the years, because I've been coming to Wyoming and staying at the CM Ranch since 1954, so and I was old then, but I over the years, when I started making music, and I kept coming back, and I almost created a persona of a person that was living here and being here, because I so badly wanted to be here in a way, and I couldn't. And so I started to write songs almost as a way to create a narrative and to project myself into being here. And I've written a lot of songs here, and I've never recorded them, and I've never played them out, and I thought it would be so fun to have this be the night that I unveil some of these songs. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Thank you. It's like this whole other girl was waiting here for me when I got here. Okay, she's going to have her voice, and then I'll have to go home and do therapy to make her get in the background again. Yeah. He was the black sheep of the family, had a mama's pride and joy. Go from such a precious baby to the devil's poster boy. I'm gonna slick my hair like Elvis, roll my cuffs like Jerry Lee. If the backbeat's born in hell, then that's the place I wanna be. I'm gonna be a midnight rider. I'm gonna burn my candle down, following that driving beat to the dark side of town. From the barrooms of Deep Ellum to a crash pad on the bay, he spiraled slow and steady down a lonely blue highway. I'm gonna chase my beer with whiskey, stick a needle in my skin. I'm gonna celebrate the mystery of the whole life falling in, 'cause I'm a midnight rider. I'm gonna burn my candle down, following that driving beat to the dark side of town. He loved that funky music. He knew the back road scenes, every barbecue and blues band between here and New Orleans. He put down the bottle, October 89. Eased up on the throttle, bought him a little time, but he was a midnight rider, burn that candle down, hanging out on Easy Does It Street on the dark side of town. Big Al settled down along the banks of Onion Creek with a pickup and a hound dog and little Lucky Streak. He nursed that fragile flame through the hurricanes and the drought. It was a summer wind that came in, blew the candle out, 'cause it was a midnight rider, burn the candle down, following that driving beat to the dark side of town. Oh, you midnight rider, I know you're still around, hanging out on Easy Street on the dark side of town. Thank you. Thank you. So this is not my song. This is a song written by my brother Tony, and some people here in this room know Tony. He's a great guitar player and a wonderful songwriter. He doesn't write a lot of songs, but when he does, he really hits the nail on the head. And this is a song of his that he's never recorded, and I put it on my last record because I just loved it the first time I heard it. And I've done it so much now, I keep thinking I wrote it. But remember to send him a check every once in a while. Oh yeah. It's just a great song, and I love the perspective. My interpretation is that it's sung from the point of view of a ghost who is very cranky, he's annoyed, he's disoriented, and he's drifting around. He's drifting in out of this world and the other world, and he can't figure out where he is because he can't find where his bones are buried because there's been so much development. I know you can relate to that. I remember how the wood would smell just as the last great tree was felled. Like many that came before, it was used for a table and a door, a pallet and a long hall rack where hung my great-grandfather's hat, a stable and a barn, a bed and a seat, a roof and a fence, and a floor that creaked, and a coffin leaning against the wall when there was a death in Arkansas. I liked the wagons and the wheels of wind that knocked us down in the fields, and the girls with the southern drawl. Those that came before were the pictures on the wall, and the lone dogs howled and the crows would call when there was a death in Arkansas. We were laid to rest slept under the sun, and we breathed our last, and it was done, and the air redeemed us, and we would learn that life was hallowed and we wouldn't burn. Hands folded gently to say goodbye. It was just this place underneath the sky. Can you see our bones hiding like a toad in the old red dirt that is now a road? Beneath a sign that blinks off on, and a shopping mall where the house is gone. Forgetting that a soul may call when there is a death in Arkansas. Quilting patch, a new concrete helps the trucks roll down the street. There's a dollar store by the setting sun, and a sign on the church says his will is done. I can't see the birds or find the fields that hold my bones beneath the wheels. And the mother worries that her son won't call, and the TV stares at a blinking wall. But the lone dogs howl and the crows still call when there is a death in Arkansas. Thank you. I can't imagine who I'd be without music. It saved my life in a lot of ways. I've really recognized pretty early on that music was almost, in a way, it was outside the box, you know, and I think I figured that out pretty early on. I loved my dad's friends. They were, you know, at a time in the 50s when I was growing up, you know, there was racial discrimination. There was a lot more. There were a lot more distinct boundaries that people lived within, and I could see that over there in the music camp, they were pushing those boundaries aside, and I could see that very early on that there was camaraderie across, you know, all kinds of cultural and racial and gender boundaries, and I knew, as I think even very early on, that as a woman that I would have more opportunities to be myself and fewer limitations on being myself. So I like I said, I first started coming to the CM Ranch in 1954, and actually 1954, I don't know if you remember this, Wrangler, there was Ronnie and there was Don. Remember Don? Yes, the big owl glasses. Yeah. Well, that was the first year that I ever rode, and I had a horse called Penny, and Penny was a great kid's horse. But we would lope. Of course, we would always lope through across the sagebrush, and well, one time we went down below the fish hatchery, and I was on Penny, and we loped, and Penny ran away with me, and ran really fast, so I was just, like a little burr stuck on there, and after a few seconds I heard this and alongside me came Don, and he reached over and grabbed me by my suspenders and pulled me off that horse, and I can remember it, doing, and then finally kaploink onto that big saddle, yeah, that was probably my first CM memory, and this may be my second. Up in old Wyoming, where the winding Torrey Creek meets the river, wind and down towards Riverton they creep. It was there old Charlie Moore was born, back 100 years or more. The son of an Indian trader at the reservation store. He grew up like a wild young Indian. He was an old man when I met him. I was a child of 5, skinny, ragged and wild, but I never will forget him. So silent and wise, and most he spoke with his eyes, and he knew the back country well. And before I could sleep in his lap, I would creep for some animal story he'd tell. Oh, Charlie, I wonder now, just where did all the wise men go? Did they leave us right here just to sit in fear, watching that big wind river flow, watching that big wind river flow? One summer I went walking way out through the trees, looking for stones and rainbow homes only a young child sees. I got lost and scared as night fell in, but old Charlie tracked me down and carried me safe home in his arms with the moonlight on the ground. Oh, Charlie, I'm lost again. Won't you come and track me down? Take me back to the cabin in the wilderness. Don't you let a good woman go down. Don't you let a good woman go down. Thank you. I get so worried about everything. That's my natural state. I'm sorry to say. I wake up in the morning, the dogs are barking, birds are singing. New day dawning, and I'm so worried about everything. Thank God I'm breathing, and I still got my wedding ring. But time is fleeting, and I'm so worried about everything. Oh, Eliza, you try so hard, you don't see nothing. Blue horizon, and you're expecting rain. Lift your eyes, and you just might find you see something good. Eliza, little Eliza, oh Eliza, little Eliza Jane. This world still got half a chance, still got half a voice that's singing, still doing that doomsday dance. I'm so worried about everything. Swing around a one-way track like you're ringing around a rosy. Element left and you can't go back. Do-si-do, do-si-do's. Eliza, you try so hard, you don't see nothing. Blue horizon, and you're expecting rain. Lift your eyes and you just might find you see something good. Eliza, little Eliza, oh Eliza, little Eliza Jane. Thank you. I like to take, old things and turn them into, kind of slightly change them around. This was a good example of that. On this case, I went to the Bible and kind of changed it around a little bit. So far, I haven't been struck down yet, but I have been punished. But this was actually, I came across this. I was in a hotel room, as I often am, and I was just falling in love with this guy. What was his name? But no, I was in that kind of upswing part, where you're like heading off, everything. You have no idea of the backswing part that's going to happen. So I was on the upswing, everything was great. And so I thought, I'm just going to, I'm just going to reach in, I'm going to get the Gideon Bible, and I'm going to just open a page. It's going to tell me something about love. So I pulled out the Bible, and I was like, okay, where's the question? Just open the Bible, and just like, let me try another page. Finally, I did. My patience was rewarded. I finally came across the beautiful, beautiful Song of Solomon, which I'm sure you know it. You've heard it at weddings, and it's just like passionate love poetry. It's quite beautiful. I'm sure that the monks had a lot of fun transcribing that through the ages. It's quite, it's very, risque, actually, for its time. So, anyway, so I did, I just kind of changed it around to suit my needs. And and actually, this wonderful story about this, Joan Baez put this on her last record, and she's a beautiful version of it. It's called The Rose of Sharon.
Sharon, a lily of the valley, as a lily grown among the thorns. Love in this world has found me, as an apple tree among the trees that grow deep in the forest. My lover's form is comely with life and limb most joyous. Rise up, my love, and come away. The rain is over and gone. Your love is the fruit of my darkest day, and I am your rose of Sharon. His gentle hand lies under my head, his shoulders turn to face me. I shall not stir him from my bed while he does so embrace me. Oh, bring me wine to pass the time, though none but him can soothe me. I am my beloved's and he is mine. Desire for his pleasure moves me. Rise up, my love, and come away. The rain is over and gone. Your love is the fruit of my darkest day, and I am your rose of Sharon. Oh, I am your rose of Sharon.
Thank you. I didn't know my dad was that special. He was just a great dad. But when we started coming here, I was 4 years old, and that was when I first actually saw him perform. Was here right here actually, right in this room, and I remember actually in this room, I was 5 years old, and he was sitting here on a bench, and I was sitting with everybody over here, and he was singing, and the room was filled with guests, and it was dark, and the fire was going, and it was, you could have heard a pin drop, and I, at a certain point, I crawled along the floor, and I came over here, and I stood up next to him, and I looked out, and it was like what it felt like to be where he was, singing to people and seeing their faces. And I remember, that's one of my earliest memories, that I knew then that I wanted to be connected to that feeling of singing to people, of that communication, that sort of that give and take between an audience and a performer. I felt it right then and there, and I think it was a little ding for my future somehow.
So a lot of people in this room remember my dad, Terry Gilkyson, who was a folk singer and songwriter all from the 40s into the 60s and beyond. His songs have been recorded by so many different artists in the early years: Doris Day, Dean Martin, Mahalia Jackson, Frankie Lane, Harry Belafonte, Little Richard, up to Johnny Cash, and so many others. Even just a few years ago, the White Stripes recorded a song of his from the 40s that Marlene Dietrich had recorded in 1948 called "Look Me Over Closely." And they did it like, it was very cool too. But he was an extremely charismatic guy. And growing up with a dad like that, and especially in the 50s, I was very much the envy of all my friends. I had the coolest dad for sure, and he was extremely charismatic. He was very much the centerpiece of our family. Very charismatic and quite funny, even up to the end. On his 81st birthday, we gave him a big party, and we had a bunch of people there, and we gave him a cake and candles, and he'd blow your candles out and make a wish, and he blew them out, and we said, "What'd you wish?" He said, "I wished I was 80. So he had a band called the Easy Riders in the 50s, and so this song is for the Easy Rider. Born by the light of a double-faced moon, sucking on a bottle and a silver spoon. It's a long way to Jordan when you're carrying a tune. Easy rider. Golden boy can't do no wrong, heading out west with $1 and a song. In those Hollywood hills where I belong. Easy rider. Farther along, easy rider, we'll understand it by and by. Farther along, easy rider, live in the sunshine by and by. Jubilee 4 and the Greenwood crew, the Wellington boys from Hullabaloo. Everybody wanna love you, but they couldn't get through. Easy rider. Betrayal sealed with a lover's kiss. Your memories were made of this. You wanna numb the pain and you can't resist. Easy rider. Farther along, easy rider, we'll understand it by and by. Farther along, money and you took your ride. Somewhere along the way you let the whole thing slide. Left you standing empty-handed at the riverside. Easy rider. Now I miss the talking sweet and sad. I miss the kind of love we almost had. I know the devil drove my father, but the Lord got Daddy. Farther along, the easy rider will understand it by and by. Farther along, the easy rider live in the sunshine by and by. Born by the light of a double-faced moon.
So I've heard that I'm supposed to do one song with a hat on my head. So Tyler very kindly shaped a hat for me and made it so it would fit my little pin head. So here it is. Yeah, backwards. All right. All right, I can do this. I've got my stomp box. I'm ready to roll. Remember, I told you that I had written these songs that were old cowboy songs, and I had changed them a little bit. Well, here's one of those ones. I hope I don't offend you by having changed some of these sacred words. I pulled out a Cheyenne with steam in my kettle and my dancing shoes. Pedal to the metal, gotta make it to a shaky for the sunset, so I can dance by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals and pony boys get to congregating down in old Dubois. Cowboys coming down to make some noise at the Wind River Rendezvous. I danced with a guy whose spurs were jingling and the sparks were flying, elbows flinging. Tomorrow morning's head'll still be ringing, 'cause we dance by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I danced with a guy with a hole in his stocking and his heels kept rocking, toes kept knocking. Tomorrow morning better do some talking, 'cause we dance by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Jakey's Fork, the wind is blowing, there's fire up in the sky. In the evening I dream I fly over you on the very day that I die. On the very day that I die. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? And dance by the light of the moon. And dance by the light of the moon. Okay, I'm going to keep the hat on for one more song. You can leave your hat on. Oh, yeah, okay. Down by the river in a little old trailer,
That's where I first met you on a Wyoming day. Children and stories, old dogs and ponies, rodeo cronies, and your gentle way. Wind River lover, sagebrush and grass grow. My heart has been lassoed by love that is true, strong as a mountain, clear as spring water. Rock me with memories, Wind River and you. Two worlds apart, we met for a moment, sparkle like crystal, finer than glass. Silence and sweetness, you can't try to hold them. Days that were golden slipped into the past. Wind River lover, sagebrush and grass grow. My heart has been lassoed by love that is true, strong as a mountain, clear as spring water. Rock me with memories, Wind River and you. I took some sweet sage, I took some turquoise, juniper berries, a small crystal stone. I buried them out on that faraway mountain, cried like a baby, lost and alone. Wind River lover, sagebrush and grass grow. My heart has been lassoed by love that is true, strong as a mountain, clear as spring water. Rock me with memories, Wind River and you. Strong as a mountain, clear as spring water. Rock me with memories, Wind River and you.
I love the big, vast emptiness of it. It really is quite calming to the spirit to be somewhere where you know that human beings aren't. I just find that such a comfort to know that nature is doing what nature does best without interruption. And I think I have a lot of respect for groups like the Wyoming Outdoor Council that's just doing really great work in this state, negotiating relationships between environmentalists and ranchers, and you know, creating a strong bond of people who want to see this land prevail. So I mean, I love the rivers. I used to love to fish, and today I walked miles up the Box Canyon and swam in Jakey's Fork, and that just gave me a reset. You know, that so I have so many memories here, and they're all so joyful, and it was because of Wyoming that I really became aware of the power and the perfection of nature. That is really, if there was a God, nature here would be the manifestation of that, and that should be left unspoiled, and that really is because of being here as a child, and being out in this. You don't need a lot of media. You don't need a screen. You don't need a bunch of toys. You can be out in this and be completely fulfilled, and that's just harder and harder to find.
Let's try this one. You guys sang along on Buffalo Gals. I'm sort of would like to try one. This is one where I'm going to seeger you along. That's my new verb. Seegering is when I teach you the words as we go. So I'm going to start this one, and we'll see, and I'll seeger you, and we'll see what happens. This is actually the first song that I wrote for my latest record, The Nocturne Diaries, and I had the thing. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh no, what's going to happen to the world? What kind of world are my grandkids going to inherit? Is there going to be a financial collapse, a kind of environmental collapse? All the things I run through the litany. Oh yeah, and I'm going to die. That's a good one. That one's been popping up. Once I hit 60. But so anyway, and then I realized that I had this. My husband was sleeping next to me, and I thought, God, he's just peacefully sleeping over there. He's not dumb or anything. He just seems to be able to make it through the night. He doesn't worry about these things. He knows that stuff's coming, down the pike, but he's just, he's able to sleep. I've decided it's only good for one customer per family to be the worry person. It's much better just have it be one of you. In our case, it's me. So I thought, I'm just going to reach my foot over there, and it's going to lean it against him, because that's going to, that'll help me. So I did. I just stuck my foot over there, and it was like getting a tranquilizer. So I just flopped my foot against it. It was like, okay, I was right with the world. I'm going to go back to bed. So I was lying there, and I thought, God, you're my touchstone. I was thinking, he's just so, he's my touchstone. And then this voice goes, get up, Eliza, that's a song. You've got to get up, and you've got to go downstairs, and you have to write that, because if you don't get up and write songs in the middle of the night, then you think you're going to remember them, but you don't remember them the next day. So you have to get up. And my friend Arlo Guthrie says that if you don't write the songs down, then they all default to Bob Dylan. So I got up, and I went downstairs, and I wrote this song, and it just had its way with me. It was just like, whoa, it was like going for a wild ride. And it started out kind of personal, and then it ended up being universal, and it was just really very wonderful, to write it, and I had a great time. And so by dawn, I was done with it, and so I started back up the stairs, and down. Here comes my husband down the stairs, and I'm like, morning, touchstone. Don't touch me. I've already had my way with you in song. So much simpler. He has a good sense of humor. So thank God. So this is Sing Along Will, as I said before, and I hope you will sing with me. I'll lead you. I'll go through the first one, and that'll get you around to it. When shadows fall where you lie sleeping in that dark hour before the dawn, you're breathing calm, your lone heart beating. Give me the strength to carry on, my darling one. You are my touchstone, my guiding light. When I'm alone, your love shines through this world's obstruction. The road to you is my journey home. Heart's been claimed since we came together. The girl I was, I can't recall. love has changed me for the better. The way that love can change us all. My darling one, here we go. My darling one, my touchstone. You are my touchstone, my guiding light, my guiding light when I'm alone. When I'm alone, love shines through. Your love shines through this world's obstruction. This world's obstruction. The road to you, the road to you is my journey home. Is my journey home. Sad day comes upon us when one must go and one stays behind. Then we will know we kept love's promise and wasted not our precious time. My darling one, my darling one, my touchstone. You are my touchstone, guiding light, my guiding light when I'm alone. When I'm alone, your love shines through. Your love shines through this world's obstruction. This world's obstruction. The road to you, the road to you is my journey home. Is my journey home. Let's hear you sing, my darling one. My darling one, you're my touchstone. You are my touchstone. Guiding light. My guiding light. When I'm alone. When I'm alone. Your love shines through. Your love shines through. This world's obstruction. This world's obstruction. The road to you. The road to you. My journey home. Is my journey home. The road to you is my journey home.
That was so pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for singing.
Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the full moon. Thank you for my true love's face and our lives in love consumed. Thank you for the stars, a home along the river. Thank you for the ancient groves and the fishes brown and silver. Ponies running wild, grass enough for grazing, water flowing clean and pure. All the beauty that saves me. Thank you for the dawn, oceans rise and falling, children born to carry on, and the end that's always calling. Thank you for the songs. Thanks for all my good luck, all the things that don't go wrong, and the hopes that won't give up. forgave me. Thank you for my darkest years, all the sorrow that made me. Thank you for my tears, loved ones who forgave me. Thank you for my darkest years, all the sorrow that made me, and the beauty that saved me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't go to that place without you guys, so yeah, we're going there together. Thank you so much. I am going to do a snippet of something else here because I had a request, and I don't know if I can do the whole song, but I'm going to try. Let's see. I'll try. This is a Terry Gilkyson song. This was made a hit by Frankie Lane in 1949. I like to think of it as the first Freebird song. Tonight I heard the wild goose cry, winging north in the lonely sky. Tried to sleep, but it weren't no use, 'cause I am brother to the old wild goose. Flip, flap, hurry up, take to the sky. Wish I had wings so I could fly. I hear the honker and the blue goose too. One went to Canada, the other just flew. My heart knows what the wild goose knows. I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Cabin is warm and the snow is deep. I got a woman who lies to sleep. When she wakes at tomorrow's dawn, she'll find poor critter that her man is gone. Spring is coming and the ice will break, but I can't linger for a woman's sake. When she wakes at tomorrow's dawn, she'll find a feather beside my bed. My heart knows what the wild goose knows. I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? Wandering foot or a heart at rest? Thank you so much.
There's something about being here that stays outside of time for me. It's almost like I can see the span of my life when I'm here. I can see what I treasured as a child, and the road that I took through music, and how that someday this is where, today I knew it. I went up there where my dad's ashes are, and I thought, well, this is where I want my ashes to be scattered too. And it was funny because I had a little email exchange today with my brother and sister, and we all agreed we would go up there to Terry's Crossing. And my brother said, well, I'll be at the Box Canyon. Scatter me up at the Box Canyon, and I'll drift down to you and Terry. So it was so sweet. And I think that's, I mean, you think about it, we're all wandering around now, that people aren't rooted the way they used to be, and I think the Native Americans say you have to be 7 generations in one place before it really becomes home for you. And I don't know, it only in the last few years I've started thinking, well, where would I want to be scattered? Where would I want for people to think of me as being at rest? And I've been really wondering about that, you know. I don't want to be in my backyard in Austin, you know. And then I got up here yesterday, and I thought, well, this is where I would come to rest. So, I mean, I know it's kind of dramatic, but I think you think about those things as you get older, and it's actually been very comforting to know that this would be the place that I would choose.